so we are back. We're here with Zero and Ellie on the couch, and I am the host. You'll have to listen to my voice for very much longer, because we've got these awesome people here. We've got Ultimate Doom here, and just a reminder again, we have the Rot speed run coming up, so you do not have a lot of time left to save the frames and save the puppies. I am forever labeling Zello as the antagonist of this marathon for wanting Omax to go in and cook these puppies. So if you don't want to see that, like, clearly you should be donating. But if you are just someone who just wants to really care about aesthetic, then obviously you want to donate for the bit war between 8-bit and 32-bit for the graphic style for Lena's Inception. Also coming up soon. But enough about me and being angry with Zello. But here is Zello. I'll hand it off to you and enjoy the Ultimate Doom run.
Thank you, Aki. Yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm Zelo or Zello, however you say it, never matters. So we're going to be playing Ultimate Doom. Very, very classic 1990s FPS that's basically the grandfather of modern speedrunning, and you're going to see why. With me, I have one very special commentator, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hey everyone, my name's Ellie. I'm a big Doom fan. Used to run Doom 64, did a bunch of routing for that. Big fan of the classic as well, the PC games. And yeah, it's going to be a really good, fast-paced run. Zeal is a great runner, and yeah, let's just get strapped in and get started.
Yep. Alright, so the category is UV speed. That is ultra-violent. The hardest normal difficulty. Nightmare was a joke difficulty added in later versions of the game. So it gets its own category. So we're going to play ultra-violent, and speed is basically just any percent. We're going to play through all 4 episodes and play through the 32 main levels. So we'll go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1, go.
E1M1, pretty short, straightforward. There's 2 paths to take to the end. We're taking the secret path to get to Mega Armor, which is going to carry us, carry our health resources, especially for map 3. And we're pretty much at the end already, and we can talk about randomness in this game really quick. There's a bunch of stuff that's random, including damage given, damage taken, which is probably the biggest thing. The spread of your shots, like your shotgun, chain gun, damage you give, enemy movement, accuracy of attacks, specifically enemies like shotgunners. So for map 2, we just, it's a considerably bigger map with a side area that we just ignore. Basically just get the red key and go. I can also take this time to talk about some movement tech in the run, like what we call SR40 and SR50. SR stands for straight run. We essentially run at a diagonal. We combine both the forward and side directions to maintain our speed. And then we cover straight 40 and 50 units. SR40 could be done with just 2 keys. SR50 uses like 4 or 5 keys and blocks your angle, so you can't look left or right to your and you'll see SR50 used in this run. So yeah, E1M3, there's a ton of hit scanners in this map, which is why we picked up the Mega Armor in the first map.
That was really scary.
Yeah, it's 16 health. They're doing good though. But yeah, there's a ton of hit scanners. When we say hit scanners, we mean, it basically means when the enemy fires a shot, it instantly reaches wherever it was aimed, unlike projectiles, which have like a time. And it comes down to RNG, if they decide to hit you or not. As long as they have a clean line of sight. So let's see, we're already at E1M4. Look at the secret backpack. So we have to wait for the door to open anyway. Backpacks are really nice because the first one you pick up doubles your ammo capacity for every weapon type, and it just gives you a little bit of yeah, SR50 we used for the end of that. And, what was that?
Oh, I'm just saying, like, the SR50 was used to skip, like, a big portion of map 4 and get to the key much faster, and that's how important the movement tech is in this run. So now we're on E1M5, which is one of the most difficult maps in the whole run, because there are a ton of enemies everywhere.
Yeah, I believe you went pacifist for a little bit at the beginning there, just to keep the anger under control. And you can do that here as well in this room. Just to keep these in control. Yeah, we also picked up the rocket launcher in the beginning here. So, yeah, final area coming up. It's pretty dark, has a small shortcut. The exit room could be pretty slow with 3 pinkies blocking it. Let's see how that goes.
Just gonna control real quick. We've got $5 from Mage View to State Puppies. So you're $25 away from a tie.
Alright, so we need to just talk about this upcoming trick right here. So, doors, if they try and close on you, if they kind of smash your head, they're going to just instead come right back up. So we're going to use this shotgunner to keep the door open, and that saves us from being locked in a room for 30 seconds.
Yeah, there's a few doors in the official video. We call them sectors in line def, so kind of how they work. Yeah, the door just like basically closes behind you, and you have to wait it out for 30 seconds. As Zeno said, you can just bypass it if something like you or an enemy blocks it in the head. Just goes back up and kind of ignores that 30-second delay.
We're going to do the traditional route of taking the secret back here to the back courtyard. There was a newer route recently made that actually does a new glitch on map 8 of this episode, but I haven't really properly learned it, so we're going to do the traditional route here. And this is pretty nice because it does give us a bunch of extra rockets that we'll use on kind of like the boss fight anyways, so it's okay.
Yeah, a bunch of rockets, supercharge, pretty much fills it back up to full. Yeah, the trick that Zeno was alluding to is as the Ghosts trick. It's way too complicated. So, yeah, if you just look up all Ghosts, you'll probably find it on YouTube.
Got out of that level with a lot of health and armor too, which is nice.
Yeah, in good shape.
Because episode 1 is actually one of the more difficult episodes because it's just packed with shotgunners everywhere.
Yeah, cutting out the hallways here while we wait for the lift as well. Always nice to clean up and we have to wait. So yeah, yellow key. There's a lot of just going back and forth in this level. Honestly, so we just take a long trip to the other side of the map to the red key. On the way back, we just jump off a bridge from the center platform and race it up. To get a supercharge, kind of a shortcut, and get some nice big health from the way. At that point, we just get the blue key, get just slight more backtracking, and then the exit here.
It's a little weird because I actually had to skip the green armor because I actually had so much blue armor left over. That almost never happens.
Oh yeah, it's too much armor. I guess that's the armor shame too, this one, huh?
We got a couple rockets to clear out this group of enemies here. Yeah, rockets in this episode are very tightly routed. So that brings us to the boss level, basically.
Yep, so E1M Wait, final map of this episode, episode 1. We're gonna just basically rush to the end where we get 2 Barons of Hell, we see them for the first time. We're gonna see them a lot more in some secret episodes, but yeah. They hit hard. Take 5 or... Nice. It take 5 or, if you're unlucky, 6 rockets.
I have to take the stairs of shame as a trade-off, though. Oh well.
Yeah. It's a tough jump.
But I got the fast Baron kill. So this episode ends a little weirdly. Instead of ending immediately when you kill the bosses, we actually have to go in this room, and when we get to less than 10% health, we basically die, and that actually starts the next episode. Just a little bit of lore.
So, pretty solid episode 1, nice job.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, episode 2, map 1 has plenty of wide open area in the first half. Kind of cramped in the second half. We're going to see a few new things in this episode. A few new enemies and a weapon. Speaking of new enemies, coming up to our first...
Harvest that.
Oh,
Yeah, traffic jam was pretty bad there, but I got out without getting too trapped. That's a very, very common theme in episode 2. Is there are some open spaces, but there's also a lot of tight corridors that you kind of need to squeeze through.
right. Yeah, here's our first new enemy, Demon. More or less the mascot of the franchise. Kind of everywhere.
I've got several of them on the shelf behind me.
Yeah.
So this has a nice sequence break right here. So we're just going to grab the plasma because the plasma is really useful for this episode and for the boss fight. And then we can basically skip this level using an SR-50 jump. There's a nice little quirk with the map design where you're supposed to raise a bridge, but if you just time your jump properly, you can just rush right to the exit.
And it's nice too if you miss it, since there's a switch that you can kind of cheese out that's right there. Because they don't check your height, they just check if you have a line of sight. And I could probably talk about this real quick, since that was the first one we picked up last map. This year heals you up to 100% if you're below it, and it gives you basically a fist power of the entire rest of the map, which basically not doubles, so increases your fist damage tenfold, which can one-shot people.
Not much going on in this level, so this is a good time for any announcements, if we have any.
Sure do. We have a donation from Shinji. I am a simple human. I see awesome. I donate. Donating the money number to wish Zello good luck from the rhythm game community. So that's $5.73.
Thank you, Shinji.
Hey, Shinji. Thank you. I think the only real thing to note about this is, like, if we need to, there's a safety supercharge at the end of this map. It's right here by the bridges.
38 should be enough. This level's pretty straightforward too, as long as I don't miss this shotgunner right here.
Yeah, outside of this map, the next two maps we're gonna have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, let's go ahead and talk about that now.
Yeah. So for the next map, I'm gonna skip pretty much the entire thing, using what's called a void glide, which is where we use momentum preservation and a rocket boost to push ourselves out of bounds. So yeah, we just push ourselves against the corner, and you can tell if it works by just bobbing on the bottom center. After that, we get to the exit, and Zeal's going to try and hit the switch from out of bounds. Has to be lined up for it, and needs some sound cues, so...
So we're going to do a momentum preservation glitch right here by getting stuck in this corner and having run off. So hopefully we'll get this quick. This is a little bit luck-based here. Not really getting good luck. Okay, there it is. Now we need to use the force from a rocket at the right angle. That pushes us right out of bounds. This is normal. And normally we can't really do anything, but we can actually still hit this exit switch from out of bounds by hitting the exact seam. So I'm going to use vertical mouse movement to slowly inch my way over, and I need a sound cue to know where I am. So 1 second here. There we go. Not too bad. And now we have another big trick. We've got a first rocket jump. You don't really jump in this game. You just kind of push yourself really fast and you do rocket boosts off yourself. This is the hardest rocket jump for me, so hopefully this is going to go okay. Come on, you.
Luckily, you get invuln right before you do this, so...
Yeah.
You don't take any damage for it.
Okay, finally got it. Not too bad. Yeah, that jump in particular, speedruns of this game, like competitive speedruns, require you to do demos that are single segment, and having that trick at the end has killed a lot of runs, because you only get one shot at it, you can't reload or back it up in any way. If you miss, you're done. Anyways, here's the Cyber Demon. I'm sorry it's very loud, but 200 plasma is definitely the best way to take him down. Alright, and that's E2 down. Pretty good.
Nice. Yeah, you don't want to touch those rockets. They hurt. They do as much damage to you as you do to them. It's like anywhere from, what is it, 148 to 288 damage.
Yeah, a direct hit basically kills me.
Yeah. Yeah, start of E3. This one's pretty slow paced. Yeah, kind of
Freaking Cacos! They're the worst. They're jammed right here. I don't like this positioning. Okay, there we go. It's hilarious. It's hilarious how big a reset point that actually is, just because the Cacos will block you and they'll just eat your face off.
And then we got another narrow hallway here with these pinkies.
They cooperated at least. And then we have a room with 8 imps. I don't know. Sandy Peterson definitely made some very interesting maps back in the day. Glad to at least be out of that one. And then this level's... There's not a whole lot going on, but it's very interesting to note that this level's in the shape of a giant hand.
Yeah, speaking of, like, interesting level design, kind of eccentric and neat, I want to say. Yeah, we skip a huge portion of this. There's like a ton of side areas to touch. E3 actually, this is where we get the BFG for the first time. I can talk about that real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so, yeah, the BFG. So when you fire it, there's an initial ball, which has a very wide range of damage, anywhere from 100 to 800, increments of 100, and after the ball hits, there are like 40 invisible tracers that shoot out from the guy in the angle the shot was fired, and the tracers do the bulk of the damage. They're powerful enough to easily one-shot like even a Baron, and they can two-shot or side regain, so it's more effective with big enemies if you point-blank them after the impact.
So pretty much the most effective way of doing it is to shoot it right at the enemy and then look at them really hard.
Yeah.
Also, we got this key grab coming up real quick if you want to talk about it.
Oh yeah, there's a key bump that we're going to use SR50 for. It's basically kind of clip into the wall for a tick. A game tick, rather. Before we get ejected out, another key from the other side of the wall. So, it's a pretty nice time save.
I have to reload. This is really rough. This is difficult to get. Okay, not too bad there. Yeah, you're just basically clipping into the key for like a frame, and then you grab the key before the game pushes you out of the wall for that frame. So save a lot of time skipping a switch puzzle. But if you don't do that quick, you get jammed up by enemies and your run's basically over for an episode.
Yeah, some tricks in here just kind of on a timer with what the enemies decide to do. There's not too much going on in this map aside from you just peek into this room, shoot to aggro pinkies so they can go to the side afterward. I will go back to it. I think that was a good time to talk about how it works. I don't think we want to do that yet.
Now go ahead.
Okay. So there's two types of armor classes, which you get by picking up the green or the blue armor. You start out with the green class, which absorbs a third of the damage you take, and the blue armor splits the damage between your armor and health evenly. They're both pretty useful. And yeah, the blue armor is especially useful since it lowers you to top 2% armor.
Also, shoutouts to our favorite texture, Fire Blue. We must look at it as much as possible to destroy stream bitrate.
Oh yeah, sorry about the stream. It's probably a pixel party right now. Good old Fire Blue. But yeah, we're almost done with E3. Biggest map in the episode, I believe. First thing we do is trek over the blue key and all the way back to the blue door, and after that we're going to just navigate through an underground maze to get to a red key. And at the end we're actually going to do another SR50 trick. Once we clear out the area from Lost Souls. It's kind of tricky because you can overshoot it, and that actually results in a soft lock since you didn't hit any switches that would have had to get to that point.
Yeah, we're gonna hopefully not have that happen. Thankfully I can save since this is a marathon run, so it's not too bad. So thankfully this whole level is just broken with SR50 jump that we're not intending. You can skip raising a whole bunch of bridges. Hopefully the Lost Souls won't block me, though. They like to do that here. Wow, that is the most blocked I have ever seen that. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Let's throw a surprise party, I guess.
Yep. Alright, so we're up to the boss fight for E3. So, here's the Spider Mastermind. There was the Spider Mastermind.
Yeah, that's kind of what the BFG does, even to bosses.
And we get thrown from that into the hardest episode in the entire game by far.
Oh yeah, episode 4. This episode released, I think, a couple weeks after the first 3. Kind of an extension. But yeah, this episode has a brutal intro. Lots of hit scanners, a small cramped area, almost no health resources, I think like 7 health bonuses.
Yeah, like 7% and a green armor. That's all you get in this level.
Yeah, and even I think there's a couple of Barons in here that might show up if we're unlucky. So yeah, even Barons in the first episode kind of sets the tone for this episode, I want to say.
This one's been going really well so far. Definitely one of my better M1s here.
Yeah, looking good.
Alright, so we've got some pretty important tricks coming up right here. Like, we actually have a BFG grab through a wall that we're going to do. So I'm going to do a very specific SR50 to make this work. I'm going to save, because if I get blocked by Cacos, I can't save this. So we're going to grab that right through the wall. And then we're going to make this big jump as soon as I clear out a couple more Cacos. And this skip's needed to get the keys needed to open this, to get to this point, which saves a whole bunch of time. So we're going to grab the plasma, and now we have a big rocket jump that skips this entire level.
Nice resources that you're in up too, which we're going to need for the entire episode.
There we go, second try's fine.
Yes.
Yeah, you had to do that rocket jump off a Lost Soul, which you would think it's really hard, but it's surprisingly pretty lenient just because the distance to the exit is not that bad.
Yeah. And before and 4, I don't think there's too much to talk about. The host has anything to say.
All I can say is we do have our donation incentives for Rot that is closing very soon because that incentive, that speedrun is next after Doom. And so the cutoff time is going to be 30 minutes into the run. At that point, we've got $30 for Save the Frames, $5 for Save the Puppies. If you want to decide the puppy's fate, go for it. Donate. And we also have our graphic style for Lena's Inception, which is between 8-bit old school or 32-bit slightly less old school, whichever you prefer. Nothing has been donated to that yet, but you could be the first person to do it. And just a reminder that all of these monies that you're donating are going to the Alberta Children's Hospital. All for charity. Speedrun for charity. You're a great community. Donate.
All right.
Back to you guys.
Yeah, just in time. This is the hardest map in the entire game by far. Like, it's not even close.
Kind of a sub-boss with the Cyber Demon and on the balcony yeah, this one. Kind of overseeing the entire map. Gonna require some luck. Start by shooting the balcony here to get the red key pretty early on, which skips most of the map. When we get to the end, yeah, even getting to the moon is really difficult. So, we're hoping also for some infighting possible with the Cacos. So I think this shot basically gets some free shots.
Alright, so let's hope that we get some infighting here. We got a little bit. Yep, we got a Caco that aggroed him. Oh, yep, we got another one that aggroed. Yes, he is down in one try. That is incredibly rare.
Very nice.
Oh, wow. He was not playing ball in practice, so I think he felt sorry for me.
Yeah, you can see how tight that little arena is for like you and just that huge Cyber Demon. There's no to do anything.
Yep, so we're basically going to skip this entire level by jumping to the center, and even though the exit switch isn't raised, you can actually still hit it. And that brings us to the final map right here.
Yep, final map. We're gonna be up to you right away to get rid of all the hit scanners. We do want to conserve health for the first half because we're gonna do a rocket jump about halfway. Just,
I almost ate that fireball. Oh, I ate that one. I got tagged right at the end of that. Yeah, in Ultraviolence, pretty much any difficulty that's not I'm too young to die, enemy attacks hurt a lot.
Fireballs like 80 damage or something.
I think they can do up to, yeah, probably 80, maybe more than that. Scratches can definitely do like 100.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous.
Alright, we got one last rocket jump right here. Didn't get enough speed on that. There we go. Gonna grab an extra self pack. We're just gonna take out another mastermind right here. Time is going to be when I exit this map, so we're gonna try and sneak in from the top here. Hopefully we can just jump straight in. And that's time. I accidentally restarted map right after, but I did finish. So we're good.
Nice.
So yeah, 23:39. That's actually really good. That's like only about 45 seconds off my PB.
GG.
So, overall, a very good, solid run for a marathon. So, I want to give some quick thanks. Big thanks to Ellie for doing commentary for me because this game is really fast-paced and hard to do commentary by yourself. So I'm always happy he's here to back me up on that. Big shout-outs to everyone here at Slurpathon who's involved. It's always a great cause. I'm happy to always contribute and have some fun. And then big shout-outs to my wife, Haru, who's actually watching over there because she enables me to do this stuff. And big shout-outs also to Dime and the Doom World community for doing a whole bunch of work. We didn't even talk about the source ports. I'm actually playing this on a source port called DSDA Doom, which is basically a modified executable that is the game with extra features, like widescreen support and just a whole bunch of stuff. And the community is so good about mods and custom content. They've really kept the game alive over the last 30 years that it's been out. It's going to be Doom's 30th birthday in December. So big shout outs to everyone who's ever gotten involved with Doom. Ellie, you want to say anything before we head out?
Not too much aside from just really solid run.
Thank you. So yeah, thanks
that
y'all.
was pretty awesome. Thank you again. We shall be back in a bit with the Rot Run. Remember to get your donations in. Kick Zello out of that place. But, get hydrated, have a break, rest your feet, and we shall be back in a bit. See ya!